Good day to all. In this video you are going to see the problem 2, a beam of span L simply supported at its end and carrying a concentrated load W at the center. So this will be a Rayleigh-Ritz method. We have to determine the deflection at the center. So first we have to draw the problem. So the simply supported beam has to be drawn. Okay. So let us assume that the left end is completely fixed, right end is roller supported, and AB and the middle point load W and the length of the beam will be L. Okay. So the first solution, initially we have to assume a trial solution. So let us take a trigonometrical function solution y equal to a1 sin of phi x by L plus a2 sin of 3 phi x by L. Okay. So that will be equation number 1. Okay. So now we know that the potential energy is equal to U minus H. U is your strain energy, H is your work done by the external force. Okay. So we know that the U formula is EI by 2 integral 0 to L d square y by dx square whole square into dx. So this you have to memorize this equation to solve this problem. Okay. So we know that the trial solution is y, right? So from this y we have to derive d square y by dx square. That is, we have to differentiate this y with respect to x. Okay. So dy by dx is equal to a1 into, if you differentiate this sign, it will become cos of pi x by L into pi by L plus a2 into cos of 3 pi x by L into 3 pi by L. Okay. So this is basic differentiation. Again one more time we have to differentiate. So we need to find d square y by dx square. Okay. So a1, if you differentiate cos, it will become minus sin pi x by L, right? So minus, and already the pi by L is there, so pi square by L square will be there, plus minus, similarly a2 sin of 3 pi x by L into 9 pi square by L square, right? Already there is 3 pi by L is there. Okay. So now we have to substitute this d square y by dx square into this equation. We will get u equal to a by 2 integral 0 to L. So the whole term has to be substituted in strain energy formula. Okay. So I have written this. Okay. So the next step is we have to take the negative side outside. Since it is being a whole square, if you take the negative side outside, it will become positive, right? So a by 2. So the remaining term will be, so plus a1 pi square by L square pi x by L plus a2 sin of 9 pi square by L square into sin of 3 pi x by L square whole square into dx, right? So this term pi square by L square can be taken out, right? EI, that pi square has to be squared, right? Pi power 4 by 2 L power 4, the remaining term a1 sin of pi x by L plus a2 sin of 3 pi x by L, okay, whole square into dx. Okay, now this term is like a plus b whole square. We have to expand a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, so let us expand. Okay, u equal to a pi power 4 by 2 L power 4 integral 0 to L. So a1 square into, this is your first term, plus this is your second term b square 81 a2 square, and third term 9 a1 a2 9 into 2 18 a1 a2 on the remaining term. Okay, this we can split it into three parts, right? A square will be one term, b square will be one term, and c 2ab will be one term, right? A pi power 4, the remaining term of, we can directly take in as, so this is one term and this is second term and this is your third term, right? So each are different terms. So first let us write it. First a1 square sin square pi x by L into dx, that will be one term. Again integral 0 to L 81 a2 square sin square 3 pi x by L, that is the second term, and similarly your third term. 18 a1 a2 sin phi x by L. So please remember this equation. So we are going to take the first term alone, then integrate it and find the solution. Okay, and substitute all the values in the above equation. Okay, so let us take the first term, 0 to L a1 square sin square of phi x by L into dx is equal to, so a1 square we can take it outside, and the remaining term sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Okay, so we have written sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. So in that form we can write it down, 1 minus cos 2 pi x by L by 2. The same can be again splitted into two terms. Integral, the 2 can be taken outside, and dx minus cos 2 pi x by L will be each and separate term. Okay, splitted into two terms. Okay, so now again if you integrate this dx, it will become x, and if you integrate this cos, it will become sin 2 pi x by L by 2 pi by L. So you know the formula of integration of cos theta, sorry, cos theta, cos 2 theta sin 2 theta by 2, right? Again, so a1 square L by 2 will be there. This whole term becomes 0, because you know that sin 2 pi x by L will become sin 2 pi. After cancelling these two terms, sin 2 pi will be 0, right? So if you wanted to understand, you have to understand the sine curve first. Okay, so let us draw the sine curve. So starting from 0, pi by 2 pi, and 3 pi by 2, and it will 2 pi, and it is 3 pi and 4 pi. Okay, so sine 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi will be 0, right? Sine pi by 2 will be plus 1, and sine 3 pi by 2 will be minus 1. Okay, this you have to remember, this graph. Okay, so now we are taking the second term, 81 a2 square sin square of 3 pi x by L. Okay, again by similarly we can split this into 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2, right? So 1 minus cos of 6 pi x by L by 2, the 2 can be taken outside. Okay, again split it into two parts. If you integrate the integral dx, it will become x, and the remaining term will be written like this, right? So you know already the formula. Okay, it will become 81 a2 square L by 2. The remaining term will be 0, because sin 6 pi is also 0. Okay, now we have to take it the third term, that is 18 a1 a2 sin of phi x by L into sin of 3 pi x by L. This can be re-altered, that is, let me take it 18 a1 a2 constant outside, and sin 3 pi x by L into sin of phi x by L. So this term is looks like sin A into sin B. So this can be written as cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B divided by 2. Okay, so again we have to apply the same formula, 18 a1 a2, so integral 0 to L, so 1 by 2 into cos of, if you reduce it, it will become 2 pi x by L, and if you reduce A plus B, it will become cos 4 pi x by L. Okay, again split it into two parts, cos of 2 pi x by L minus cos of 4 pi x by L. So it is being split into two parts, right? So again if you integrate this cos 2 pi x by L, it will become sin of 2 pi x by L divided by 2 pi by L, and integrating cos of 4 pi x by L will become sin of 4 pi x by L divided by 4 pi by L. So now this whole term will become 0, right? Because if you apply sin 4 pi 0, sin 6 pi also 0, sin 2 pi and sin 4 pi will be 0, so that the whole term is 0. Now we have to substitute all these values into this equation, right? Term 1 and term 2 and term 3, we found out the values, right? So E equal to E pi power 4 divided by 2 into L power 4, and we have to substitute the first term value and second term value and the third term value. Okay, so now if you simplify this, we can take L outside and 2 outside, so the remaining term will be a1 square plus 81 a2 square. If you reduce this, it will become a pi power 4 divided by 4 L cube into a1 square plus 81 a2 square. Okay. So this will be the value of U, that is your strain energy. Okay, so now we have to find out the value of work done. Okay, W. Okay, so total work done on the system, H is equal to, for this problem, W into Y max. W will be your load and Y max is your deflection. Okay, so we know that. So Y max, we can write it Y equal to A1 sin of phi x pi. This is our assumed solution, assumed trial solution that we have written it. And so in the beam we have to find out the boundary condition where the deflection will be maximum. Okay, so at x is equal to L by 2, the deflection will be maximum. To make it clearly understand, so let me go to the diagram of the problem. So this is your simply supported beam. So at the total length of the beam is L. So the beam, after applying the load, the beam will going to bend like this, right? So anyway, you will be get the maximum deflection at L by 2, right? L by 2 distance, because our load is acting at the center. So this is not x by 2, it is L by 2. Okay, at the middle of the beam we will get the maximum deflection, right? Okay, so at the x is equal to L by 2, we will get the maximum deflection. So we have to substitute this value into the trial solution again. So it will become y equal to a1 sine of pi by 2 and sine of 3 pi by 2. So sine of pi by 2 is plus 1 and sine of 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. Refer the graph. Okay, so it will finally become y equal to a1 minus a2, and substitute the value into total work done. H is equal to W into a1 minus a2, right? So now we found out the value of U and found out the value of H. Okay, substitute these values in U minus H. Okay, so we know the formula, we know the value of U, that is written here, and we know the formula of H, right? So that is written here. Okay, now to minimize this total potential energy function, we have to apply some condition, right? That is dou pi by dou a1 equal to 0 and dou pi by dou a2 is equal to 0. Okay, so now apply this dou pi by dou a1 to this equation number 2. Okay, it will become a pi power 4 divided by 4 L cube into 2a1. It will become 2a1 and minus W is equal to 0, right? It is partially differentiated, and again the remaining value have been written like this. From this we can find out the a1 value, 2WL cube divided by EA power 4. Okay, so remember this value. Okay, similarly dou pi by dou a2, that also we have to find. So a pi power 4 by 4 L cube. Okay, 162 a2 plus W is equal to 0, and if you rewritten this equation is equal to minus W, and from this we can find out the value of a2. Okay, so minus 2 WL cube divided by 81 EA pi power 4. So this is the value of a2, right? Okay, so now substitute this a1 and a2 value in maximum deflection equation. We know that y max will be maximum at x equal to L by 2. If you reduce this, you will get a1 minus a2. substitute with the value of 2 L cube by W, so that is the A1 value and A2 value here. So it will become plus because A2 is negative and it will become plus. So we can take the common terms outside. So it will become 1 plus 1 by 81. If you reduce this value, so you will be getting 2WL cube and 2.025 WL cube divided by E power 4. Okay. If you wanted to reduce this value, that is 2.025 divided by pi power 4. This can be written as a whole term, and WL cube by 3I will be there, right? EI. Okay. So this can be rewritten as WL cube by 48 E into I. Okay. The final result. Okay. The final result of this Rayleigh-Ritz method is the maximum deflection is equal to WL cube divided by 48 EI. Okay. Okay. Here you know that W is the load, L is length of the beam, E is your Young's modulus of the material, and I will be the moment of inertia of the beam. Okay, if you substitute all the values, you can get the maximum deflection of the beam. Okay, thank you very much for listening this. I hope you have understood very well for this problem 2. So let me continue with problem 3. So please do subscribe, and if you like this video, please share to your final year students, those who are studying finite element analysis, and comment in my video. Okay, so thank you very much, and thank you.